How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be doing an introduction to CoinToFish, a play-to-earn game where you can start playing with capital as low as $40 USD. This video is gonna be a very technical introduction, so bear with us. Before we move on, I would like to remind everyone that this is not financial advice and to always do your own research before diving into any investment. And also, if you find this video helpful, do smash the like button below and subscribe. Without further ado, let's dive right into CoinToFish. The main goal of the game is to collect these cute sea creatures. These creatures will produce a certain number of corals whenever you feed them. These corals are actually in-game currency that is tied to a crypto token known as CTFTs. CTFTs, otherwise known as the CoinToFish token, is a token that can be found within the Binance Smart Chain. You can swap this token on MetaMask or PancakeSwap. And because this token can be found within the Binance Smart Chain, the gas fees as compared to other tokens within the Ethereum network is relatively low. But the best thing about the game is that when you are doing any in-game transactions, you are actually using corals instead of the token itself, which means there are no gas fees when you purchase a certain item in-game or you put a certain item up for sale. However, there are still some transaction fee that are being charged to burn the token and keep the supply of the token low. So over here in your inventory tab, this is where you have access to all your fishes, and you can see your balance coral over here as well as the amount you have staked. And over here is the exchange where you can withdraw your corals. I will go into that later. So let me just talk more about the fishes. Each fish has 2 hunger bar below them, as you can see. Each bar is 4 hours. So meaning to say that after every 4 hours, you can feed your fish and it will replenish 1 whole bar. So you can choose to feed your fish at the intervals of between 4 to 8 hours. And if you happen to miss your 8-hour window and the bar goes completely empty, your fish wouldn't disappear. There will just be some opportunity cost. To maximize your profit, be sure to constantly feed them, whether it's 4 or 8 hours. Over here at the bottom, you can see the items that you have. So on the right side, you can see that I have different type of food, and then there's this bone spine. If you have fishing rods or eggs that you have purchased in the shop, it will be here too. You can interact with them here later. To feed a fish, you simply need to click on this green button next to the timer. It will display a few information about your fish. Firstly is the unique ID. The type. This type corresponds with the rarity. So this uncommon fish is a rarity 2 fish. This is the hunger, which is 26.4, meaning that it has gone hungry for quite a while now. But the more important information is whether it has bonus chromas, how much coral it gives you per meal, and how much food it consumes. So this food cost is in proportion with the rarity of the fish. So as I mentioned, it was a rarity 2 fish, it will cost 2 food. So how you want to feed the fish is when there's 1 bar that is empty, this feeding bar will appear. Click on the food that you want to feed your fish. So in this case, I will feed them the seaweed. The different type of food with the quantity will be reflected here. So after selecting the food, I'll just go ahead and click feed. So as you can see, the amount of corals went up from my balance. Then if I want to feed the fish again, because there is no empty bar, I will not be allowed to feed the fish. So if I want to sell the fish, I can do it here. After clicking, then I have to key in what is the value of fish that I want. So be sure to check the marketplace for the current market price. If not, your fish will be stuck in the marketplace. Let me just give a little explanation of what the bone spine is. The bone spine essentially increases your fish hunger by 2 hours. Meaning to say that I can only feed this fish 6 hours later. But if I were to use the bone spine on this fish, it will decrease the timer by 2 hours. So currently it's 4 hours again. For every 2 usage of bone spine, you can feed the fish once. So there you go, it's back to its original hunger at the start. Do take note, the bone spine also consumes the same amount of quantity as the rarity. So this will consume 2 per feeding, per use. Next up, I'll be talking about the staking. Over here you can see I've staked 10,000 corals, and what it does is I simply locked up my corals for 30 days and it gives me a fixed benefit of 15%, meaning that I will get 1.5 8k corals back in return. I've locked it on the 6th of November and I'll be able to take them out on the 6th of December. There's also this calculator here, this profit calculator, where you can firstly see the current BNB price and the current token price that the game is registering. The Oracle system will apply based on this current token price here. The calculator, you can add what level is your current fish and what's their rarity, whether they have chromas, and what is the current food price in the market. Then you can add them here. You can add multiple fishes. Then when you click calculate, they will tell you what is the food cost of your fish and how much corals they will give you in 1, 7, 14 and 30 days. So that way it aids with your profit and loss as well as your ROI. Next up, you have the exchange. As I mentioned, you can withdraw your corals from here. By withdrawing your corals, you actually need to pay a fee. As you can see, my current fee is 15%. This fee starts as high as 75% on the day of your deposit, and for every day, this fee will drop by 5% until it eventually reaches a 5% minimum withdrawal fee. This prevents people from dumping the token. By withdrawing their corals early, they would actually burn the excess token, which are actually paid in withdrawal fees. As of the 21st of November, this roulette function has been added into the game. So let's just check it out. So over here you can see the roulette wheel, and these are the probability of you getting the different prizes in the roulette. The ultimate goal is of course to achieve this Emperor Penguin with a 0.1% chance. This Emperor Penguin is a rarity 7, the first rarity 7 fish in this game. Each roulette spin will cost you 0.8 corals, which is around 30 cents USD currently. And your balance is displayed at the bottom. So feel free to try out your luck over here. One thing I would like to mention is, if you realize whenever I click into my fish, you might notice there's a plus 24% bonus for guild. Be sure to join a guild to enjoy such bonuses and to maximize your profit. Moving on. Next up is the shop tab, where you can obtain your fishes and food. In the shop there are mainly 7 items, 2 eggs, 3 rods, a feather and a lottery ticket. I'll go through them one by one. Before I start, I gotta explain to you what is the Oracle system. The Oracle system is essentially a system where every player can enter the game at the same playing field. Meaning to say that if I were a player joining this week and the coin price is at 0.4, a player that is joining next week with the coin price of 0.8 will be paying the same fee for the same item at that point in time. The current coin price is actually 0.43 and each simple egg costs 0.935. So if I were to join today, I will be paying this amount, which equates to roughly $40 USD per simple egg. However, if I were to join next week and for some reason the coin price soared to 0.86, the egg price will be half the amount of corals, meaning to say that the guy joining next week will also pay around $40 USD to enter the game. So this Oracle system applies throughout the entire game for both your eggs, your rods, as well as the marketplace. Diving into each individual item, firstly you have the simple egg, which is an egg that you can open and get different type of fishes. The rare egg is just an upgraded version of the simple egg. As you can see, it costs more. This is because the rare egg gives you a higher chance of getting a better fish. Up next we have 3 different fishing rods. Each rod gives you a different number of reward. The fishing rod gives you 3, stick with track gives you 1, charcoal stick gives you 5. And as you can see, the price is relatively in proportion to the number of reward it gives. However, there's a slight difference between each of them, so be sure to do some calculation and see which rod brings the most value at that particular point in time due to the Oracle system. The last 2 items, the feather, allows you to change the name of your fish. If you don't intend to raise around $2 to change the name of the fish, you can just leave the fish as it is without a name, as they all have their unique IDs. This lottery ticket allows you to participate in a lucky draw on the 30th of November 2021. During the draw, 10 lucky lottery tickets will be picked from all the piles and be given cash prize. So you can purchase unlimited number of lottery tickets with a greater amount of lottery tickets, it increases your chance to be picked within the top 10. Down here at the bottom, you can see a referral code. This is where you can go ahead and key in my referral code and get 6% off the egg. So take note, it's 93.5 currently. If I were to key in my referral code BloopBloop, the egg price has been reduced by 6%. This referral code works for unlimited number of eggs. So if I want to buy 10 eggs, I can just go ahead and increase the number of eggs and the price will be adjusted accordingly with the referral code. But do take note to apply the referral code before increasing the number of eggs you want to purchase, as applying the referral code after selecting a number of eggs will give you a higher amount. Let me just try it out here. So if I were to put in 10x 934 and put in my referral code after, it will give me 929. However, if I were to put my referral code first, put 10x, it will give me 880. So just take note to not make that mistake. Moving on, we'll head over to the marketplace. This is a place where you can sell your fishes, like I mentioned just now, and even your food items. The marketplace is also corrected for the Oracle system. What you want to do is you want to use the filters to check what is the current cheapest price of food by setting the price to ascending. And you can see that these are the lowest costs of food at the moment, and for the fishes, this is the lowest cost of a rarity 1 fish. You can use these filters over here to scout out the fish that you want. Like a mermaid, the cheapest is 750, a whale is 699. So be sure to do this before selling any things, whether it's fishes or items on the market. If not, your item will be stuck in the market. So one example will be my items. I tried selling seaweeds on the market, and because I put the coral value too high, this is currently stuck in the market. And if I want to remove them, I would have to pay a certain amount of fees to remove them. So just make sure that you don't make the same mistake as I do. Last but not least, we have the interactive portion of CoinToFish, which is the fishing. As I mentioned, there's 2 ways you can obtain food from. You can either buy off the marketplace or you can use the fishing rod. So over here, I have 1 fishing rod. This rod will guarantee me 1 reward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press play and it will bring you to this page. Or you can access it through here under play. Over here you can see the different type of reward that your fishing rod might give and the percentage. Do take note that you can also get eggs from fishing, however the percentage is on the lower side. So the game is pretty straightforward and simple. All you gotta do is press play and use the rod within your inventory. All you have to do is to keep this bonefish within the white block so that the orange bar on your right fills up to the top, and once the bar is completely filled up, you'll be able to get a reward. You can also use the shift key or the W key to move this white block up, or if you're primitive enough, you can just use the click of the mouse. So just complete the game. After you complete a game, your rewards will be reflected at the bottom. So take note, there's also a chance of you to get corals back when playing this game. So the most time efficient rod will be to use the charcoal rod, which provides 5 reward but for demonstration purpose I'll just use the 1. CoinToFish is a relatively new project that got launched early October this year. There are still many exciting game modes that have yet to be released, which is the PvP mode as well as the PvM, and also the fusion system where you can fuse 2 different rarity fish to get a better one. And more importantly, on the undated updates, there is 100% fish-owned designs, which I assume will be the NFT versions, and also the mobile launch, meaning you can get to feed your fish anywhere with just your mobile phones instead of having to bring your laptop or having a desktop. So that caps off the video for today. If you have any queries, you can always leave them down in the comment section below and I'll try my best to reply all of them. Feel free to join our Discord channel. The link is in the description down below. Until then, stay safe and we'll see you in the next video.